Alright, good morning class, my name is Alejandro. So how many of you guys know how to properly align a car or know how to change suspension parts on a car? Alright, now how many of you guys know how to change the oil on your car? Alright, that's good. So we all rely on transportation, whether it be public or personal. So if we all rely so heavily on transportation, why don't we care for it as we should? I was introduced to auto mechanics when I was around 6 years old by my dad, and in high school I continued to study this in an auto mechanics class. So changing your oil will help you save money, and it will be good for your car, and referring to its health. So first, you will need to know about oil and oil filter selection before you start doing an oil change. So first I will discuss what you need to know about oil and oil filter selection. Then I will discuss the importance of it, and then finally I will walk you step by step on how to change your car's oil. Alright, so before you start, you'll need to know what to get. There are many different types of oils. You could choose synthetic or conventional, difference in viscosity, and difference in brand. So the viscosity is the thickness of the oil. The viscosity is determined by a number, followed by a capital W, followed by a hyphen, which is followed by another number. For example, here. So the main part about it is the first number, which determines the thickness of it. So the higher the number, the thicker it is, the lower the number, the thinner it is. It has been known that it's an advantage to run thinner oil in your engine so you could start your car and take off quicker, because it takes less time to travel to the engine. So you might be asking, what is best for my car then? So it all depends on the car you have. So you can check in your owner's manual, there's specifications. For example, this Honda Civic's owner manual indicates what oil to run. Alright, so I just explained the types of oil and how you should select it. So now I'm going to get into why it's important to change your car's oil. So if you don't change your car's oil, you're going to start developing internal problems within your engine. Engines run really fast and hot. Here's an illustration of an engine at a slow down speed. Ooh, that's supposed to be moving. Okay. So engines tend to run really fast and run really hot. So what the oil does, it keeps it lubricated, the fast moving compartments within the engine, and it keeps them cool. Many people don't bother to change their oil because they don't physically see the car's problems until they start hearing funny noises under their hood, and then they start warning. Oil changes are very easy to do and very cheap. With very little practice, you'll be doing them in no time. Here's an example of an engine who has not had its oil changed. Right here, you can see all this black stuff, which is old oil that's getting all clunked up. Therefore, it's not lubricating and cooling the components properly. Here's an example of what an engine is supposed to look like from the inside. That is why it's recommended by technicians to change your car oil every 3,000 miles or 3 months, according to Mike Hanley from Cars.com. Alright, now that I've explained why it's important to change your car's oil, I want to get into how to change your car's oil. So first, you'll need tools. You're going to need a wrench that fits your car's drain bolt, drain pan, a funnel, two jack stands, oil, and oil filter. So first you'll need to open your car's hood. Once you open your car's hood, you'll need to remove the oil cap. If you don't know where that is, here's an illustration of where it is. It should be on top of the head. So you might be asking, why do I need to remove the oil cap if I'm not putting oil in yet? So what it does, it allows airflow to go in, so when you drain the oil, it comes out smoothly. So first, you will need to jack up your car to the point where you could rest it on 2 jack stands, as illustrated here. You need to check to make sure it doesn't tip over or anything, so you gotta push it a little, make sure it's steady. Once you have done that, you can get under your car and start draining the oil. So first you will need to remove the bowl, which is located here. And you need to put the oil pan under it, so when you drain it, it can just fall on there. Then you'll have to remove the oil filter. It might look weird, you just gotta unscrew it like any other screw. Here's a better illustration of where the oil drain bolt is. Okay, so, alright, once you have done that, once you have removed the drain bolt, you let all the oil drain out. Once it's all drained out, you remove the oil filter. Once you remove the oil filter, you will now install the new oil filter, and then you will put the same oil drain bolt you took off back on. Once you have done that, you can now get out of the car, get out from under the car, go outside, and start pouring in the new oil using a funnel right into the oil, where the oil cap was. Okay, So once you have done that, you close it off. You close it off and then you close your hood, you turn on your car, let it idle for around 10 minutes, let the oil cycle, open your hood again, take out the dipstick, which is right here. You check the level of the oil, make sure it's good. Usually the cleaner oil, it should look like a thick honey, and if it's old oil, it should be black. Once you have done that, you clean up all your spills, until you have any, and then you need to take your used oil and oil filter to a nearest recycling center. Usually AutoZone can help you with that. So, now I'm gonna wrap it up. So, first I discussed what kind of oil there was and what selection you should use. Then I explained the importance of changing your car's oil. And finally, I walked you guys step by step on how to change your car's oil. So you don't have to be a professional automotive technician to change your car's oil, so why don't you give it a try. Thank you.